How's it going? Man, tomorrow here. I want to thank you guys for coming through. Man, every year, every year, man, this year reflection, man, every year. It just seems like I lose. It's like I lost like 10 years worth of shit. Probably like ever since I entered my 40s, bro. Man, it's crazy. Man, it's crazy. Hold on a second. Let me do something here real quick. Make sure there ain't a bunch of feedback. Yeah, thank everybody in the chat, man. But most importantly, man, man, started out this year. It wasn't even that much after my birthday, man. Right before August, my aunt was telling me about. She told me this years ago about. I want to go from Nashville to California. She want to take California up Pacific Coast Highway. She want to go all the way up to Seattle. Then she want to go from Seattle to Boston. Then she want to go from Boston to going across the George Washington Bridge. Then she wants to go from I-80, where it starts, going all the way out west where it ends. I think near Sacramento, or maybe a little bit west of Sacramento. Now I didn't know what this was about at first. I assumed that she had a real good reason why she wanted to do this, and this was her bucket list. This is the last thing she wanted to do, right? But most importantly, she wanted me to be the executive of her will, which I used to like doing that shit, but now I don't like doing it because you got a bunch of people who you don't know trying to fucking see. Oh well, you know what? Oh well, I'm in the will, and what? And this way, I'm like, bro, listen, man, we're gonna get around to that once the funeral's over with and all that. She died. I think she died like probably about 2 months later, and she gave me the actual story from her end because she was the oldest. One of the well, she was third oldest. No, she was still in her 80s, but still third oldest. And we're talking about a person who married right. She was retired military. Her husband was a retired Union dude. They got married. I think they got married at like 16 in Mississippi. Yeah, they got married at 16. No, no, no. They got together at 16. They married as soon as they graduated high school. So we're talking about people who grew up with means. Now, everybody didn't follow that. Like I said, we have two different aunts in my family. We have the boomer aunts, which she wasn't, and then you have like the silent generator aunts, which she was, right? So we're talking about people who actually grew up under two-parent household, people who had cars at like 15 and 16 years old, never skipped a meal. She raised like two Grammy award-winning musicians. I'm not gonna say what their names are because I don't care. But really good household, man. Like the complete standard of everything. But on that drive, she was just slowly talking about because she had a lot of kids. She had like 11 kids, man, and only like three of the 11 kids turned out to be something. We're talking about eight people who witnessed all of that greatness that they ever grew up with. We're talking about home ownership, all the nine. And these people still, most of them still turned out to be serial baby mamas or baby daddies or serial, perennial screw ups, in and out of prison and all that kind of stuff. And she just, and I was asking her questions about the time period because I love like talking to older people like that because I like talking about the time period to which they was. And I was shocked that she was like, there was even less people who actually wanted things to work even back then than it is now. Less. No, she was telling me about how the Klan used to come through the community and all that kind of stuff, and how my grandfather used to go around and burn all their shit to the ground the moment that they started bringing their ass over there, and how cowardice people were, and they didn't want to do shit. They didn't want to be anything but entertainers. And I'm like, God damn it, that shit sound like where we at right now. We're talking about an 80 something year old woman telling me all this shit, right? She is telling me all of this shit. And I'm like, man, that shit sound like it is right now. She was like, nobody wanted to participate. Nobody wanted to do shit. Everybody wanted to claim victory when things were over with. Whenever things happened, they pretended like nothing ever happened and all this kind of other stuff. I'm like, damn, you 80 some years old, you ain't even out here like this, but yet you are describing exactly what's going on right now. This was last year about this time. She died in like October last year, right? But a year ago, and then I just had to realize, hey man, I have to stop talking. I got to put in more action. For me, I got to see stuff roll right. I got to see stuff be done right because it doesn't make any sense to have all this information and you ain't got no actual wins in your own stead. So I just started, correcting the nieces and nephews, like actively seeking these people out and going to correct them because the way she had her will set up, she wanted to get everything to these nothing ass kids, and I'm like, hey man, well we ain't doing that. Like if you have me execute this shit needs to go this way, and you need to give this to these people for these reasons. You cannot be trying to take care of nothing ass kids beyond your death. Like I'm like, listen, we did this in this situation, we did this in this situation. That house is now a lot because they didn't keep the house up. They didn't pay the taxes. They didn't put a new roof on it. And that stuff was gone within 5 years. So I'm like, look, if you want me to be the executive of it, I'm doing it this way for these reasons. And these people are going to be told that they ain't going to get nothing out of the deal because you didn't put anything in life. So why should you get anything out of your mother's death? To include the insurance money. You don't get that either. No more of this giving all this stuff to people who don't mean shit and who haven't put anything in. Yeah, there'll be no more of that. So that's how the year kind of started off, man. And then like, a couple of coaches had died, you know, a couple of like older sergeants I had, known back in the day, who really helped me, be the dude I was today. They had died, like a couple of teachers from like, grade school, they had died. And it's like, damn, man, every year that goes by, bro, everybody's getting the fuck up out of here. Man, and it's like every year, and it's like, you dread these 2 a.m. phone calls, man, because there's always somebody that died over some bullshit or haven't really been taken care of. care of themselves and just disappeared off the scene and whatnot. And that's just what it be, man. It's like, bro, bro, man, just listening to this shit, man. I cannot believe it. I'm just sitting here like, damn, am I gonna be the only motherfucker left who know how this stuff went, who knew what the stories was from the end? Am I really gonna be that? Yeah, thank everybody. And yeah, man, but that's how it was, man. Like every single year, it just horrible, man. Just and because right now I'm in Miami, about to getting up with some Cubans out here, and we're going to hopefully start clearing off some of these properties out here after the hurricane's about to come through, because we estimate that there's not going to be any government help. So all these people, well, all the money that normally going to, yeah, no, I can't control it, man. Yeah, I don't have a computer, and this thing ain't fucking working right either. Oh, shit. All right, there we go. It should make it a little bit better now. So yeah, so getting up with some Cubans out here, and we're about to start clearing off some land whenever these hurricanes about to come through later on in the year, because people are estimating that there's not going to be any government help. Yeah, I figured I had like 18 windows open on this phone. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, man. So it's like at this point, man. As you know, I haven't been doing a lot of content lately. There's no real need for it at this point. People have already chosen to not be a part of the process. That's what they chose. They chose to not care about what's going on. That's what they chose. They chose to infiltrate every single male agency group and turn into bitch talk. That's what they chose, right? And you can't really expect for decent people to out entertain motherfuckers through this shit. You can't do it. At some point, you just got to get to be around better people. And this is kind of like the opposite of the way my life turned out, right? Because I went to be around good people right away. As soon as I left the fucking Mississippi experience, I got around good people and stayed around good people. And being around those good people, you seen that they literally had the same stuff I had. Was the only person who got it. Was the only person who couldn't share with anybody. And the whole world's falling down right around them. Only person around who has the information, trying to give it to the kids is or the people in the family as best as you could, knowing full well the people around them were selling far more comfort and complacency than you was progress for yourself, and that's normally how these things work. But we're now at the point now to where nobody's gonna be able to save these people for what's coming. And we tried to help and tell these people to get their shit together a long time ago. Try to tell these people to be productive a long time ago. Try to tell these people, leave them areas, leave that shit alone, move somewhere else, do something else, be around different people. Didn't want to do it. So now we're in a situation that these people voted for. And as you can see, they really don't have any need for black conservatives anymore. They don't have any need for them. No one has any need for them right now. Pretty soon, they're not going to need any help with Latino conservatives anymore either. Because the conversation that is about to happen is some shit that needed to happen definitely after the civil rights movement, but it should have happened before the 1970s, before the evangelical Christian church decided that they were going to use these people in order to make sure that corporations pay no taxes at the expense of everybody else losing what they thought was capitalism in society. Yeah, in-stage capitalism don't really need all this $40 million huckster on the internet help. They don't need that. A lot of people are about to start finding out right now. They're not even paying attention. Like I went back home, Mississippi, they weren't even paying attention to what's going on. Never had to pay attention. They just thought that the liberal areas in New York and California was just gonna make sure everybody had their shit. No, that ain't what it is, man. These people are about to lose a lot. They're about to lose a lot fast, and it's going to be a problem. So I'm just telling you right now, you gotta have a career that's not content creation. I know content creation is a way for you to spice up your raggedy ass life to make you look like you're some shit that you're not. However, that too. Look, Delta Regional Medical Center is well known for killing motherfuckers in Mississippi. Like you'll go in there with a cold and you'll leave there fucking amputated. The hospital is literally that bad, and that's what the little funding that they do get from the federal government. You know how California was just dumping people off into alleys and shit to get them up out of the hospital, dude? You about to see all that shit right now. Say it again. That fake it till you make it shit ain't gonna work. I mean, that fake it till you make it stuff didn't even work in IT. I mean, it worked for a little while until they started putting your ass to the test, and then they realized that none of these people know anything. I understand that people want to blame immigrants and all that kind of stupid shit for the circumstances that they're clearly in right now, but that ain't got nothing to do with you being born here. You having access to all these opportunities, and you want your comfortable at the bottom shit to be gone. I don't see nobody picking that corn out these fields either. I'm going to these orchards. I don't see people getting them oranges out the field either. I don't know how you simultaneously want to get rid of your labor force that is in charge of wanting you to have a stable society and think you're gonna have a stable society after all that's over with. And it's like, dude, I'm seeing things way bad that I've never seen. They only doing that to actually push the level of proof from themselves onto women. They don't realize that black women are part of black people, and those black people do have black children, and those black children form black families. So I don't see how these personnel who care so much about black men don't really care about everything else that make up the rest of the family unit outside of men. And we're talking about specifically the personnel that don't vote, that don't participate in the process, that live in these liberal areas. Yeah, exactly. But the world has never turned to ancient men at no time in society. The world has never turned to non-productive men to do anything. There's never been a time in American history where people wanted to turn to the outside the liquor store dudes to come save the planet. No one has ever turned to those type of dudes for anything, right? But they got what they wanted. Yeah. You got men on disability, people on dialysis, knowing full well that they ain't never paid full price for that shit. Yeah. When they cut all that stuff out, like like a lot of these veterans don't even know that they're about to redo everybody's disability rating with the VA. And if you don't go schedule yourself for that shit, they're just gonna cut your benefits. People have no idea that's coming down the pipe. And that's just the military VA shit. There was a time period where you could have applied for both disability benefits at the same time, the one for the military and the regular disability. There's a large contingent of people who's about to get that shit cut. Yeah, I'm. I mean, because they think that they about to get that they about to put their Viagra stash to good use, man. Like, bro, that ain't what's happening, man. Hey, man, listen, man. These women just gonna choose other dudes who got their shit together, not ain't shit dudes who don't have their shit together. Again, women never had to turn to ain't shit dudes for no reason. Never, never has happened. And a lot of these people lost their disability benefits, like while Trump was in office. Like there's a lot of these people who are like sleeping outside of truck stops. We're talking about white older men here who didn't like update their actual address and shit, and now they have to go to the whole disability rate and shit all over again. Yep, yep. So that's a lot of things that's about to go down the pipe, man. I just want y'all to just go out here and get your shit together and don't be stupid enough to deal with the women who's part of this negotiating table bullshit. Because there's going to be a lot of bad options who's going to wash up on the shores that BGS wants you to go fuck with, by the way. Because his whole life is dependent on you dealing with bullshit ass women. Yeah, because he's not about to give you access to a decent fucking woman. That ain't about to happen. There ain't no way that these dudes with failed outcomes is going to lead you to good outcomes. No. They want you to complain about shit that they didn't surpass. Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, that's this week or next weekend, right? Yeah, happy birthday before it comes through. Yeah, man. Every year, man, it seems like I lose 10. I haven't lost no brothers and sisters yet, but I'm losing everybody else that's way more important than those people, though. Hey, man, thank God, man. There's enough failed men to go around. There's enough, people who's not a part of the process who want to pretend like they sticking it to the Democratic Party while the Republican Party is sticking it to rural America. But as long as black women just don't fucking benefit, right? Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I've been buying a lot of new trucks lately, man. I like this Cummins engine in the newer trucks. Well, at least it's since 2018. So I'm switching out older trucks with newer trucks, trying to get this land development shit off the ground so that way I could just do about 4 or 5 of those projects a year, and that's about it. That's what I'm trying to switch to. Trying to switch to stop driving within the next 5 years. I want to be done with this shit, but I'm 50. I want to be all the way done with driving. Thing is, I just don't know where the hell I want to live at in the United States. The house paid off. It's been paid off in Colorado, but I don't know, man. Florida seems like it's some nice shit. Arizona's nice. I mean, I just don't know where the fuck I would want to live at. To be quite honest with you, I probably want to live in places in Mexico more than I want to in the United States. Yeah, I just don't want to go through the fifth degree of trying to explain to people. Yeah, I know. I mean, the real estate's nice out here. People don't know how to actually like clear off land and do infrastructure, simple fucking infrastructure. That's why it's easy to just come here like, damn man, you can just come here and do this and do that. But I mean, man, it's a ton of land on sale in like Mississippi and Alabama. I just don't want to be around that type of shit. Yo, what's going on, Simply Deep? Right on. Thank you. Yeah, stealing all the fucking water from Colorado. That's what the fuck they doing out there in Arizona. Stealing all our water to be sprinkling that bullshit on fucking golf courses. No, that's like in the capital city, like Mexico City and Guadalajara, and outside of these tourist areas, they're doing that shit. Yeah, I'm doing it good, man. Simply Deep, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, that stuff is getting bad in some areas. I'm shocked that ain't nobody covered it, or most of the dominant white media is not covering it and trying to make it into a whole thing. But that stuff is happening. That stuff is happening. Yeah, but you have to realize, Inquisitive Prince, that most of these the people complaining about shit are the people who ain't doing nothing. All the complaints are pretty much comes out to Democrats work hard to fix my life. Democrats work harder, give me reparations. That's all it is. The people who are losing. Dude, they've been losing for a while. Oh yeah. Yeah, I really like DC. Like I don't like that traffic from like 2 o'clock to like fucking 7. But I do like DC. Yeah. I mean, but there's so many areas. I mean, man, but I'm normally like Kansas City to Baltimore, Baltimore to Florida, and Baltimore back to fucking Kansas City. And if I need to go home, I could just go from Kansas City to Colorado. It don't even take 8 hours. Now I've been going out west. I've been going from Florida to Idaho, not past Boise, obviously. But I've been doing that lately. I've been liking that too. Yeah, I've just been taking a lot of time off during the week now. I'm not even trying to clock a whole bunch of miles. I'm just trying to look at these projects for right now. And I'm not trying to supplement that with more time live streaming the dumb niggas that don't get it. It's really not that many people who actually want to move forward. Yeah, and most of the people have this community minded bullshit in their mouth when they know that they ain't trying to put in no work, none to the whatsoever. Uh. Yeah, yeah, I get it, man. Yeah. Oh no, like yeah, man, like white nationalists are like the white nationalists in Colorado, dude. If you don't stay in Boise, Twin Falls, I think it's about 5 or 6 other places. Man, bro, you better not even be caught out there in them areas. Or one of these ski resorts that's up north in North Idaho. But but here's the thing about Idaho. Like if you don't live in those areas that I just named, this shit is nearly 100% white anyway. So why the hell would you want a 100% white area when the state is nearly 100% white outside of those areas that I just named? It ain't but like 5 cities. You're already seeing them homeless already. You're already seeing that shit. A lot of people bought houses with their VA benefits, and they're going to be kicked out of their fucking house because they ain't got the wherewithal to go refile all that shit, and they're only doing it just so that way they could take people's benefits away. They're not doing it to save any type of real money. They're just trying to do it to screw those people over. Oh yeah, it's a bunch of homeless, recent homeless vets, like in the last 5 years, homeless vets in the DMV area. That's because a lot of these southern states they put these homeless people on buses and they bus them out to areas where they know they'll take care of them. That's how come you stop seeing homelessness in the South, especially when it comes to disabled vets. Barring there's some mental health type situation. But yeah, that's what's going on there. Man, them people don't give a fuck about vets, man. They don't care about vets at all. That shit about pretending that you gave a shit about vets, hey man, that shit went out when George W. Bush got out of office. That pretend to give a fuck about vet shit went out of style as soon as George W. Bush left office. No, that's not necessarily true. They just they just took it away from the GI Bill. They just they kind of sunsetted the program. So like if you have already retired or got out with that shit, you still have it. But for the new people who are going in, they're not going to have it. Yeah. And it's crazy because the right was the one who put these dudes in wartime situations in the first place. And then everybody tried to blame Hillary Clinton and the Democrats for voting for the Iraq bill, the Iraq war, not the people who started and benefited off the Iraq war. Yeah, I seen them doing that shit in Louisville, Kentucky like 3 years ago when they were just knocking them tents down and just getting people the fuck up out of there and locking them up for a time period. Yep, I seen that. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like these dudes, like, man, black men should be coming up with all these illegals leaving. Like, nah, man, it's still a job that you don't want. If it's a job that you don't want, that job is going to be open forever, regardless of who's going to do the job. That's what I'm saying. You're going to see a lot of these businesses. I'm shocked they haven't done it yet within the past 15 years, but a lot of these businesses are going to start getting rid of their tuition reimbursement on the job too. Like UPS, famous for actually paying for people's student loans, saying that they was about to get rid. They were looking at getting rid of that stuff too. Yep. So we're going to go back to the dark ages where you just work till you drop, and after you drop, they're going to find somebody else to replace you. All of this so that way they can be comfortable with the government playing. So that way these white supremacists can go on a Mexican safari within the United States, canceling people's legal status and then locking their ass up whenever they come back to follow the actual rules. Unbelievable. Remember all these people saying all this positive shit about Trump and all this crazy shit? Yeah, you don't see them people saying that shit now. Since that bill passed, that big beautiful bill passed, dude, you don't hear nobody talking about that shit. You don't hear nobody talking about that. That's what I'm saying. If you didn't take school seriously, so that way you can get your school paid for the free, your ass ain't gonna be out there. Donald Trump signed an executive order limiting pay for NIH for 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 NIL players. NIL players. Why would you insert yourself in the middle of that shit? These dudes just now got started getting paid for their actual labor to these colleges, and he wanted to come in and cap how much they can make. Again, these are not actual laws. They're not passing this shit through the legislature. They're making it look like you can just write an executive order and it just becomes law. I agree with that, but that's going to be for distribution center jobs like your Walmarts, your actual, mostly grocery stores and shit who do like under 50 or 150 square mile radius of their actual serviceable areas. I could see Amazon probably getting into doing some shit like that maybe 10 years from now, but it's not going to be that many people. It's not going to be that many people. But very large companies who can replace employees that cost a hell of a lot of money with an actual automated truck, I could see that happening. But for the but for like the 97% of the industry that don't do business like that, there's no way that shit's gonna happen. Yep. And nobody said anything when Trump signed an executive order limiting the pay of these people. No one said anything. And this is why I'm glad how hard that shit's gonna hit. The media decided to settle some BS lawsuits so that way they don't have to do journalism for now. And they're not even talking about all the stuff that's about to change. Not even talking about it. However, you got a bunch of dumb ninjas in this space who think that they winning, knowing that they ain't winning. But that's the thing, man. Bro, it felt like 10 years passed in this 1 year time period. Dude, it felt like I've been this age for 10 years. It felt like I've been this age for 10 freaking years. Just 1 year passed. All this stuff happened. Just 1 year passed. Seriously? I mean, but this is why I work every day because I want time to like slow down. I got tired of like taking 3 and 4 months off, and time would fly by, and then the years would fly by, and I'm working all the time, and now it's going too slow now. Yes, I did. I did see that video about the all white town that they want to create in Arkansas. Here's the thing: outside of Little Rock and maybe Jacksonville, that shit's already an all white town. It's already an all white town. What are you talking about? It's Arkansas. But here's the thing that these people, or those specific people, who want to create that type of all white town don't understand. The only people who suffer are the women and the children, not the men. Yeah, they just want control over the children and the women. They just want control over the women and control over the kids. And guess what happened to these kids? They leave those areas, they go to college, and then they don't fuck with you anymore as parents, just like they already do. You're gonna try to raise them under that white bullshit habitat. They're gonna be handicapped and dealing with the rest of the planet. They're gonna be handicapped. They're not even gonna know how to act around people. Yes. And you want to lay that level of a handicap on your kids like you're so-called helping them? Now the people who start this shit, they've already given up on life. This is why it's a bad idea for quitters to start fucking creating families. And that's a quitting ass community. That community is not trying to build shit. They're trying to maintain whiteness or the idea of whiteness, whatever the hell that means. Yeah. Listen, man. Dude, there's so many people, like most of the people who I was in basic training with, they came from like Mississippi, Oklahoma, and like North and South Dakota. Like we're talking about people who had no fucking experience with black people whatsoever. Now, in like the Oklahoma and the North and South Dakota situation, I could see that. But like a lot of these people from Mississippi was actually raised under that type of bullshit too. And they did not know how fucked up that they were raised and how socially awkward that they were until they had to go live around other American citizens. And guess what? Once they left, they didn't go back. They did not go back. And yes, they felt like they was handicapped for a while, being around just regular everyday motherfuckers, man. It doesn't work. Look, now we know most of these pro blacks are not, productive enough to even create their own community because they would do the exact same shit. You would have, Umar Johnson and motherfucking, Tone Talks, Yvette Carnell, and Tariq Nasheed on fucking money, and you wouldn't be able to fucking comport yourself in society outside of listening to that bullshit for years. You wouldn't be able to actually function in society. It is nothing but a snow globe. Hey, look, they want to stagnate their fucking children? Let them. Let them go do that. It is not going to help them. Yeah, man. Listen, they want to create the fundamentalist church of the Latter day Saints in fucking Arkansas. Man, you go ahead and do that shit. It ain't going to work. You have a bunch of people who's not productive, who don't even believe in the tenets of the country, who want to formulate their own community. No, it doesn't work. Germantown works. Everywhere where there's a fucking Germantown, it's the shit. Everywhere. Doesn't matter whether it's Colorado, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Germantown fucking works. And it's the shit. Everywhere. Chinatown works. Everywhere. Where there's a Chinatown, it fucking works. Everywhere. This whole supremacist based bullshit, those type of communities never last. Of course they're not cut from that cloth, man. Shit, I listen. I could probably get along better with Mormons and fucking the Amish than I can people with that type of community that they're trying to produce. Because they don't have the same mentality as the people who's trying to create that shit in Arkansas. Like trying to create something based on a religious sect is a hell of a lot more successful than trying to create something based on preserving whiteness as a concept. Knowing full well whiteness did not include Germans, whiteness did not include Irish, whiteness did not include Italians, whiteness didn't include a lot of people. Oh well, you gotta have a European heritage. I'm like, all the motherfuckers over there were white. And as soon as they had that white ethno state, then they started genociding the hell out of each other. That's what it is. They want to privatize the gains and socialize the losses. Watch. As soon as there's an earthquake or a hurricane or a flood hits, they're gonna be begging the begging the federal government for money. These rugged individualists, they do it every single time. They're like these Confederate bullshit artists who want who want these Confederate monuments on public fucking land when the Confederacy was not about having the public land in the first place. What kind of bullshit is that? Oh, it's my heritage. Man, look, your heritage should have been marched out to the Gulf of Mexico and made drown out there. But hey, they want to create that white enclave. Okay, we got the Manosphere, Black Manosphere enclave. Is that shit successful? That's a completely black owned fucking event. Yeah, a totally black owned event. Then you got one guy who's willing to pay for people to fucking be around him. Uh, man, y'all got it, man. And you got to come. Meet the relationship conversation so that way you can get into IT. Nah, that's crazy. And look, and if it wasn't for the Confederate daughters doing all the fucking legwork to keep the culture going, the men wasn't gonna be able to do that shit. Why you think it was the Confederate daughters who had to do that? Why? Because all the sons and the fathers went off and died in the Civil fucking War. There was nothing left but the fucking women. They just got too much pride, man. They got too much pride, man. They got too much pride. They know these women are coin operated. They just want to lose on purpose. Yeah, man. You want to go earn consequences where you could just pay to dodge and avoid them. It's your dumb ass fault. Listen, man. Leave them out there, bro. You want to know why they hate tricks? They hate tricks because tricks don't have the consequences that they have, and they devalue and they dehumanize the women that they love and that they want to be with, and they make them feel stupid by wasting their entire life trying to earn the respect of these hoes. That's what that is. And no matter what you say, that's what the argument comes down to. Literally. Failed men trying to make inexperienced men respect the chase of women that don't give a fuck about them. Even though you can pick up these dudes' bank statements, I'm like, you know what? Let me get my Donald Trump Sharpie. What's going on, Ike? Let me get my Donald Trump Sharpie so that way I can show you just exactly how much money you spend on this free enterprise that you claim is free and it's more abundant than water. Man, leave them out there, man. Leave them out there. They will sabotage every single group that they ever come in contact with and subsequently destroy it like they're supposed to because that's what ain't shit men do. They want to destroy everything so that way nothing works. And they'll just cover the most menial shit. Why? They definitely ain't gonna be doing anything that is of substance and worth. Get the ass out there. Yeah, things are going all right though, man. I mean, that time equity piece was a motherfucker, man. Like putting in that work in the 20s, getting my degree early, getting the fuck out of corporate America early, uh, realizing that not to be doing business with bullshit dudes who don't know how to act around women. Dude, the whole time equity and dodging, being around bullshit dudes is the only reason why I'm here right now. Man, that time equity shit works, man. Staying away from bullshit motherfuckers work. I hear right now people still losing businesses over bullshit dudes. They still let people with abject nothing to bring to the table but complete benefit still letting these people team up with you. Again, man, bro, that shit should be beneath you. Beneath you. Losing to bullshit should be beneath you. Beneath you. Going around expecting women to be perfect so that way you ain't got to take basic baseline responsibility for shit in your own life. Dude, that shit should be beneath you. Beneath you. It makes you look fucking weak. Saying some stupid shit like that. It should be beneath you, man. You're using technology to find dumb motherfuckers to hang out with rather than getting yourself some skills so that way you can separate from this shit and not figuring that shit out, man, that shit is beneath you. beneath you. Trying to blame boomers and Generation X and the white man and all immigrants and all this old crazy ass shit, nigga. That shit's beneath you, man. Shit is beneath you. Dude, you can get your shit together, move to a liberal area far faster than you can wait on reparations to be done by people who are not a part of the process. Not part of the process. All these people trying to get shit when they ain't part of the process. Man, I'm glad my grandfather gave me that information way early about how full of shit most of these people are. Man, them conversations are still paying off, man. Fucking 40 years later, the fucking conversation's still paying off. That shit's still paying off, man. Let me drop this link, see if I want to come up for a little bit. Then I gotta get out of here. I got some shit to do tomorrow and the next day. Yeah, man, but man, it's right here. You know, probably gonna lose some very close brothers and sisters in the next couple of years. Damn, I'm not looking forward to that shit, man. I'm not looking forward to that shit at all. It's good seeing my nieces and nephews like hitting like their early 20s and they being like upper fucking five figures, low six figures before they hit 25. Hey man, that's been some good shit. That's been some good shit that I've been enjoying seeing. Embarrassing shit that they fucking mother and father are still at low five figures. Like, yeah, man, you gotta get your shit together, separate from them, man. Don't tell these motherfuckers how good you doing, man. Just live well. Don't be trying to put that shit on social media. Just live well. You ain't got to be trying to stun on people, man. Just live well. They did. They did. Listen, man. I've taken the angriest of fucking children, gave them perspective on how this shit didn't mean anything to them, and changed their whole fucking life. They went from thinking that they got to fight for stupid motherfuckers in the community to be like, hey, man, I'm just going to get the fuck out of this shit and have a good life. I don't even think they want submissive women. I think they want quiet and compliant women. They want women with no standards. That's what they want. They want a woman that's smart enough to be submissive to men in general, but dumb enough to be with a bitch ass nigga. I don't get it, man. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Again, I'm not in that mind space where I'm waiting on perfect women to be perfect. But so let's say the women are perfect, right? You still ain't shit right now, today and forever. How did you win? How are you going to win? But she gotta be submissive and have a six-figure income. Then she's gonna turn around and put that dumb motherfucker in position. Again, she gotta do all the work, and then they're gonna benefit from all the work that she put in. Yeah, man, we're in the age of consequences now. Listen, man, these people who are complaining are going to keep finding other things to complain about. What's going on, Bunker, man? Yep, yep. All right, man. Well, let me get up out of here, man. It's been great talking to y'all over all these years. And I don't see it as a failure at all, man. I just seen it to the point to where most of these dudes were not serious. This shit is super simple and easy to solve, and they still wasn't serious about the shit. They still wasn't serious about it. Well, hold on a second. Ren, what's going on, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up?
Chilling
Nah, happy
out.
birthday, man.
Oh yeah, man. Should I had fun, man. Bro, I didn't know how many people moved to Denver that I known in
Yeah.
the fucking Air Force. Dude, I
Woo.
had like 30 people, 30 like I had 30 people at somebody's house that moved down the street from me. They had a surprise party at somebody else's house.
Oh, damn, that's what's up.
And
Yeah,
all these people were cops. They were all cops that I knew.
yeah. Oh no,
30 fucking people.
people been moving to Denver. One of the guys I used to work with, he moved from Denver, but he was just like what it was growing up to what it is now is day and night.
Yeah.
He's in his 30s, and he's just like, yo, the number of people just moving there is crazy.
Bro, I had no man, like I didn't even know who moved in that house. And I seen all these cars on the fucking street when because I was in town last week. I seen all these cars on the fucking street. And then like the judge came over and he was like, "Oh well, let's go do a housewarming." I'm like, "Man, I'm not with that housewarming shit, man. Dude, I don't even know these people." And he was like, "Trust me, you're gonna want to come." It was a fucking surprise birthday party for me. All these fucking cops was there. We're talking about Air Force security forces. All those people moved to that fucking area.
Oh yeah, it's
Most of the
because
people wasn't even most people weren't even stationed at fucking Buckley, and all the motherfuckers moved there.
I mean, it's because too. Like you got to think. I know you were talking about the what was it? The VA they got up there is one
Yeah,
of the nicer ones. But then too, they got all of these subcontractors for the over in
yeah,
Parker and
oh
was
yeah,
it like Highland Ranch, Centennial? You got all those defense contractors too.
yeah. Hey man, that's where everybody lived, man. First it was Highlands Ranch. Well, no, no, no. Littleton was the original spot, like in the late '90s, and then it became Highlands Ranch, and then it was Green Valley Ranch, and then like once all the new neighborhoods came online, man, the only people who can afford to live out there is the people who fucking with the defense industry. It's the only way you're gonna be able to fucking live out there. Centennial, same shit. They built that whole fucking community. It took them like 15 years to fucking fill up that place.
I think
Man,
was it Castle Rock too or something like that?
yeah,
Yeah.
Castle Rock. Yeah. After they did fuck up Littleton, yeah, everybody started moving out to Castle Rock and then out there toward the Air Force Academy, and over the years, what's going on, Shakanulu? What's going on, man? Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, man, 'cause if you look at Castle Rock wasn't even Castle Rock like fucking like late '90s, dude. Castle Rock barely had phone service.
Oh damn.
Yeah, look at it. I mean, like Castle Rock became the shit like 2010. Like after Highlands Ranch and Littleton got full, everybody moved over there. Could nobody else move to Boulder? And then they start building that shit out. Then they start building out Broomfield. Then they start building out a whole bunch of areas. Oh yeah, man. Like, dude, there's a lot of people fucking moved out there. A lot of motherfuckers. I mean, man, people I haven't talked to since the late '90s. I mean, it's people who I've seen, I was on shift with, but you know how the spider web shit go, man. You know,
Oh
one
yeah, one.
person
Oh
they
yeah,
know
one.
3 people, they know 8 people, they know
No, no.
10 people.
Yeah, no. It's one person gets out there, someone comes to visit. It's like, oh, this is kind of nice, and
Yeah.
it just balloons from there.
Oh yeah, man. Especially like truth be told, man, a lot of people losing their jobs are not in the Denver metro area. They're like in all these other areas, but not Denver.
Oh no,
Denver is not downsizing when it comes to the government, man. Nah, no, 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 no. I mean, because they
no,
got the
they
big
got
ass facilities
no,
out
they
there.
no, they got too many good schools out there, both
Hell yeah.
like higher ed, but then even I think like preschool and like yeah, I think preschool is is free for like all kids in the Denver, like in
Yeah,
the actual city limits.
yeah, it is. Yep. They made that shit like that, like, what was it, 2000, and I think like after 2005, that's when they started doing that shit. And I was like, look, we're just gonna have nice ass fucking schools, man. We're gonna have nice schools. People gonna come out here, they're gonna come visit, and they ain't gonna want to fucking leave. That's what it is. You got people paying like $275,000 for a fucking mobile home.
Woo! That,
Crazy talk.
yeah, yeah.
Crazy shit.
That's the only thing you will miss about the South. That you get that about three. You can easily get 3,000 square foot house for that much in the South.
Oh, easily. Easy with a yard and everything else. Dude, a house like that in Mississippi, bro. Man, like $70,000, you can get like a house with a yard and all types of shit. Well, until it rains and it floods, and you realize why don't
Yeah,
nobody live out there.
yeah. No, no. It's like yeah. If you could get like the only way to really swing it and make it work is if you can deal with a remote gig, and even then, you're gonna like your network is gonna take a hit. Um,
Oh yeah, oh
and
yeah.
like so you'll be able to afford like the house and everything, but like that's about it. There's not gonna be really any more other jobs in town that's gonna compare if you get a good one.
Like a friend of mine who's in the process of losing his fucking job with the VA. He moved from San Antonio back to Mississippi. I think what was this like 2015? God damn, 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago, and he was already like because he went from San Antonio to Ramstein. Well, one of the places close to Lonsdale Hospital. He took like a GS9 to a 13, and then he came back as a 13 and qualified from the job from 13 and up. And then he moved at the top of the 13 down to Mississippi, and he just been there ever since. This dude on like a whole bunch of shit down there now.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's just kind of like, well, damn. Do I stay here or do I try to go take my ass back to San Antonio somewhere and
But he makes so
get a
much
job back
money,
then?
like he makes like about, I think about 17 or 18,000 a month just off the rent that he gets down there,
Oh, so
and
he's
he
got
don't
enough
have
time to
no
be set
Section
up.
8 house.
So
Oh yeah, he's good, but he was like, damn, I got down here, and he's about to retire, or thought he was going to retire. They're trying to force him to retire on some bullshit, but yeah, but he's still just fixing up houses, but when you have 100 and a half coming in, and you've been at that income level for like
a
15
decade.
years, and the only thing you was doing is like not blowing your money on stupid shit, but just fixing up houses. Yeah, man, he's doing all right.
Yeah, yeah.
He is doing all right, man. And it's like, bro, I was shocked how many people fucking moved there. Shocked. Couldn't tell you. I couldn't believe how many people I knew. And this is just in the Denver metro area. Like nobody came down from like motherfucking Castle Rock or Colorado Springs or nothing. This is all Denver metro, Aurora, 15-mile square radius. All these people live there. All these people moved down there. Had kids there, got married there, all types of shit. I didn't even know these motherfuckers even lived there. Holy shit. But it just goes to
No,
show you, man.
no. Like once people really break up out. like I said, especially once again out of the South for the most part, like you really don't like people ain't really itching to go back unless they're like retiring. Like my mom, she's of that age. Her classes of that age were like the ones that did move, that moved to like Chicago, New York City, wherever, like they're in the age where they're starting to retire, and some of them are moving back, buying like a piece of property or something like that because they grew up there, things like that. But then some of them aren't even doing that. So it's just like once people really get out here and see what's out there, they're just like, oh, well, the main thing is you got to get them out and people got to get settled. Like
Yes,
if you get
yes.
like decent employment and you get settled, like it's a wrap.
Yeah, because a friend of mine came out there. This was like 2000. Shit, I didn't even have my bachelor's degree. Yeah, probably like 2006. He came out there. He he, he came out there. He was doing. He was working on houses, and he was fixing up houses in, like, what would be considered the hood in Aurora. But yeah, man, he sold a couple of them houses, and next thing you know, this dude living in Highlands Ranch. He's still fixing up houses or whatever, run a crew, landscaping crew. Yeah, man, he wasn't even down there fucking 3 years and had this shit set up like that.
Oh yeah, he was in the prime time too. He caught
Oh
some of that
man,
first wave.
oh man, oh, he caught it right. He caught it right. He left Mississippi. He didn't have no kids. He came out there. He was doing straight, and this is because he was fixing up houses in the community and shit too for other people. But he was blown away about how much money they pay per hour to do that shit out there in Denver. And he stayed working, and then he just came to the point to where he just bought a house in cash, and then he just started doing his own shit, having his own contracts, and you know, doing his own landscaping and having people that he worked with and all that shit. Man, he's doing super good now. He probably make like $2-3 million a year now, just
No,
doing that shit. Yeah.
it part of it is just like you have people with the mindset of people, like you have so many people in these areas who just think the way you have an economy is you just pay people as little as possible. And it's
Oh
like,
no.
no,
Oh no,
that's
that
little
shit don't
like,
work.
it's
That shit
like
don't work, man.
it's just like no. You actually gotta pay people a living wage, like so they're not trying to like jump to the next job as soon as like, they get a $4 increase or something like that. They'll be more productive,
Think
just
about
basic
that.
stuff on how you
You
run a base.
lose an entire asset over $3 or $4 a fucking hour because you that much of a piece of shit that you don't want to compensate people correctly. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, then got to go rehire,
Unbelievable.
retrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put in a 2 week notice, like, oh well, you know what, we're just not gonna. Well, we can be fine right along without him until you're not. Jesus, and it's like, bro, a lot of people came out here and came up. Like a lot of people got out, got into IT. Like I should have kept with the project management thing, but I just wanted the fuck out of this field and turn around. I still made a lot of money with transportation because it's still managing a big project, still technically, except for I work a hell of a lot more. But yeah, man, it's bro, man, the metro area it's gonna stay being the shit, man. God damn, there's so many people I fucking know, and there's
Yeah,
so
I
many
mean they got
motherfuckers that didn't even that didn't show up that I was talking to on Zoom because there was like another 20 motherfuckers on Zoom that I was
oh
fucking
damn.
talking to who couldn't come out, and I'm like, God damn, all you motherfuckers live out here. Like my first roommate in Germany lives in Colorado. I did not know that.
Oh wow,
My
okay.
very first fucking roommate when I got to Germany lives in Colorado. I did not fucking know that. Holy, we're talking about, dude.
Yeah, nah, I was gonna say, nah, the thing is with Denver is like I said, they have the institutions, like so it's
Yes.
self-sustaining. So once you get the actual businesses there, like you actually have the people there who are trained and skilled to actually fill the jobs. And if you actually have like, are attracting cutting edge, very extremely talented people like Colorado does, you start actually taking the lead in some of this stuff versus like places like Alabama, they'll go recruit. like, oh, okay, a new manufacturing plant or whatever. But it's like, oh, okay, then we don't actually have the people who are trained to go and take these jobs. So it's just like the companies are like, yo, what the hell? So now you're like seeing people actually having to try to do some form of workforce development for people. And it's like, yo, you can't just like be ignoring this stuff for 30, 40 years.
Bro, 30, 40
And
years. Think
yeah,
about
and it
50, 60, 150 years that you still want to be a low wage fucking area. When you
yeah,
see literal places like LA that go from looking like Fort Wayne fucking Indiana to what the fuck it looks like now because of capital investment. And you still on some bullshit.
yeah, that
Fuck
well
that.
that no that and that whole going back to the conversation earlier about that whole like segregated isolationist town. I'm like, dude, you're gonna fall behind. You're not gonna be
Yes.
you don't keep up with innovation in environments like that because you're stuck on trying to live in some mythical past versus like the rest of these places. It's not a coincidence like somewhere like New York City is like one of the, everyone will say it's the city in in America as far as the level of just opportunity and things there. And I'm like, yeah, you got people from all over the freaking world just interacting and creating whatever it is. Like it's like that in every major city, which is where it's where your GDP is really produced in this country.
And it causes a brain drain everywhere else that ain't shit to that area. Like it's supposed to.
Yep.
And, and a lot of people just don't understand, like, bro,
You got you got too many people thinking culture is supposed to be static. I'm like, no, like if culture is static, like your society, your culture falls apart because that means it can't adapt to the various influences, the social technology, society, weather, economics. Like if you have a static culture, you can't adapt to that. But you got
I
people
mean,
who think, well, things supposed to look the same way it did 30 years ago. It's like, no, what are you talking about?
like, like they want to have an old money mindset without old money.
Yes.
You can't live like that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no one has maintained the 1930s forever. Well, Cuba has, when it comes to their vehicles and whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they,
even that
they, they
shit
didn't
don't
want
work.
to. They didn't want to. They were embargoed.
Yeah. No, we're just talking about just random shit. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, but it's just that people have to understand that most of my family members who moved out of Mississippi, when they moved to the St. Louis, the Chicago, the New York, the Nashville, fucking Memphis, and had skills and kept going with the skill set, they did great. Nobody fucking made it fucking living in Mississippi. They all ended up leaving one way or another anyway. They all had to leave because you couldn't move up. You couldn't stay there forever. I mean, it was great for my grandfather's time. It was kind of so for my father and mother's time. Right now, dude, if you ain't making like upper five figures, dude, you ain't got no business being in Mississippi. No business. Unless you own a business. You have no business being down there. And especially in an area politically where it don't fucking work, dude, you ain't got no business being down there. None.
Where it's it's really not about to work politically.
Oh, and that's
Woo.
before these cuts hit. Dude, listen. All these corner stores are about to close. All these grocery stores are about to move the fuck up out of there. Dude, these cuts are about to hurt a lot of people who ain't used to the pain.
Yep,
It
and
is.
not just black people. Al.
Oh, no, no, no. Black people have always been feeling this way. It's white that haven't felt this shit. Who's about to feel? Trump kicked the bucket from under whites on Medicaid in most of these southern areas because that's where all these cuts are coming from. Not really coming from these blue areas because we've already supplemented that money with other tax sources. But for people who never had that shit in the first place, Nah, bro. Y'all about to be feeling that shit. Crime is about to go out of this world in those areas. Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Hey man, email me that link so that way I can post it because yeah, man, getting in the union on the ground floor on some skilled trade shit, man, bro, you're gonna be good for a lifetime.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Man, I've seen some of them contracts and how much they get paid. Man, them motherfuckers make
Yeah,
nurse money
yeah. They're
on
trying
some
to
electrician shit.
yeah, yeah. I've
Wow.
heard with Vegas, they're basically trying to turn that into basically have it go from just being like a gambling town to actually like trying to build it up because they put the Raiders out there.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to put another sports team out there. So because
They
people are
should have
saying,
been in that. Man, they should have been did that. I mean, like the gambling shit was it should have been cool for a while, but man, they should have been did that shit a long time
oh no,
ago.
you
I'm
can't.
glad they are doing it now, but dude, I mean the size of that place.
No, you can't just have an economy that's just dependent. Because I was actually I actually went to Atlantic City this weekend for a friend's bachelor party, and I was just like, damn. I was looking, I was like, you got nice spots, and then you got the rest of it looks rough. And they were just, I was reading about the city, and they were just like, yo, like you got corruption, but then you also just had too much dependency on gambling, and other cities basically, because that was apparently the place to go back in like the 70s or the 80s.
Oh yeah, oh
And,
yeah, for that
Vegas
gambling.
has basically caught up and passed it. So they're trying to play catch up.
Wow. Yeah. What's going on, to go? What's going on, man?
Man, what's going on, MOT? Man, what's going on, RM?
Chilling out, chilling out.
Hey, man. Happy birthday to you, brother.
Oh yeah, man. Man had that surprise birthday party, man. That was man. It took me back, man. It took me a couple days just sitting there, just could not believe, blown away how many people moved to the area,
Well, well, that's it. That's it. So, are you looking to stay? Are you looking to move into the Florida area? Because I got some friends that are. I have one guy who's living out in Arizona, and he likes Florida a lot. He's looking at buying another home down there. So you know,
man. I mean,
Florida, man.
no, outside of doing this land development shit, you know, I don't know, man. I like it. It's nice. I wouldn't want to stay here. I don't want to give up the Denver metro area. But man, I'm too used to being fucking all types of places during the week, man. I'm not even used to being in Denver like
Yeah, 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 yeah. I can certainly appreciate that. I'm in the Northeast. New York, Connecticut. And upstate and so forth. So yeah, I'm here. But looking at some other areas is always an option. So and as I'm coming close to that retirement age now, so I'm looking to kind of give it up, if you know what I'm saying, as far as running around.
that. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to give up this running around shit too, man. I'm gonna have to be a responsible human being and fuck
But RM, you're quite a ways from that right now, aren't you?
man.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I'm about 25, 30 years from that. So
Okay, so that's good. So you put some time in and bank that money, bank that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much so. But MOT, man, it kind of looks like the blue states are kind of where to be right now, huh? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, man, wait till them cuts happen, man. And here's the thing. Then your ass ain't gonna be able to produce enough to even live in the blue area. Oops, productivity piece. Tried to tell your ass. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, like I'm not sure where we're gonna have all this couch potato nonsense that we don't need dudes as the couch in Colorado, man. Like, bro, we ain't got room for you, man.
yeah, that seems like that's going to be in a lot of places. That certainly isn't in New
wait,
York.
guys should Mike. I was going to say MOT. Guys should be on the couch now. All these immigrants are starting to leave the country. I thought that was the
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
that was the
man.
issue here.
No, that's the kicking ass that they needed, man. Turns out all the immigrants left, and these motherfuckers are still not getting their ass to work. Chris G, thankful to have everything. Turns out, man, they got they got the dominant society people out there with masks on and taking people's legal status away, and man, these dudes still on the couch, bro. Still on the couch.
Wow. 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 Yeah, that's pretty heavy duty. Black men on the whole are doing okay. Brothers are doing all right. A lot of brothers are productive. They're out here working. They're doing their thing. They're not counting on, a lot of brothers are not counting on immigrants. I mean, who's counting on these immigrants going somewhere and you getting a job? Where is that? I don't know, man. Where's that happening?
I have never known black men to be picking some lettuce and some fucking almonds, bro. You know, I've never seen it. I've never seen a black dude out here just picking that lettuce and almonds and stuff out the field, man. Like I don't. I get that they want to see these dudes being harassed because these guys, humiliating us, making us feel like we at the bottom by coming here and being shit like immediately. Like, yeah, man, that's what you're supposed to do.
I have not seen it, man. I have not seen this, and I know people are trying to claim that, but that's just not what's going on. So we might need to have a clearer look at this thing.
But it's finally out of style to be a broke, dumbass motherfucker complaining about bitches, but only among the younger generation. And it's kind of like millennial up. You still have people who trying to live this fucking outside the corner store fucking lifestyle. Where they got the big bitch at home who bring the check in, and the only thing they got to do is just exist and live. Like, hey man, that shit's over with, dude.
My grandson,
Get been over with.
my grandson's 16 years old. Yeah, Grandpa, I got me a job right across the street, damn it, from my high school. I can go right to work right after that. I said, well, I don't really want to. I really don't want to ask you guys for that much money. You guys are giving me so much, so I'm working. I want to work for my own money. That's what a lot of these years are coming up with. They're going to school. They're working. They're trying to make some dough. So a lot of them are coming from.
And they're not out here like that. They're not out here trying to be seen like that. The dudes are quiet. The dudes are out there getting their shit done, and they're just doing what they need to be doing, man. And not really trying to be out here with other people.
And all of his friends are doing that. All of his friends, they're working. They got him a little job here, a little job there. I said, where are you working? Steve Madden. I'm working there. I'm working in a shoe store, and I got this, and I'm making this, and my goodness, and he's talking about all the hours he's working, and I wanted him to come down this weekend. He was like, well, Grandpa, I don't know if I can. I'm working Sunday, and this. I'm like, what? So,
No, got a taste of that money and independence, which is a good thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He sees that. He sees that. He's like, I don't have to ask Grandma, Grandpa. I'm asking anybody for no dough. I'm stacking my own cheddars. I'm sliding him a little car over there so he can get around. And he's like, I'm stacking my own cheddar, man. That's where a lot of these kids are coming from. And all the youngins that are up there that he's rolling with, that's what they're doing.
You sure he ain't got to fix feminism or man? Are you sure of that?
He's not listening to any of that craziness. He's not on any of this, and this is what these kids are doing, man. They're walking around with their ILO haircuts, wearing their skinny jeans, whatever they got on, and they are just they're going to work, they're going to school, going to work. Yeah, they got a taste of that money, and it's like, I'm making my own dough, man. I don't want to ask anybody for anything, and that's where a lot of these people are coming from. That's where a lot of these kids are kind of coming up now. So
and they're being better than their parents. Far better than their parents right now as a dude in the early 20s and shit. I'm serious. These kids are a lot better off than their parents, man. It's crazy.
Are you kidding me? I've seen this. One of my other friends, his son, he's now 22. He's well, excuse me, he's 20. He's 20, and he is finishing up. He's finishing up school, but he saved all of his money from work and all that. This kid's got like 20 grand in the bank,
Damn, that's
just
what's up, man.
just for himself that he's raised. That he's saved, and that's what he's doing. Another Zier. I mean, that's what these kids are doing, man. So when I hear these other guys coming out here, hey, we gotta wait for these immigrants. It's and you see so many others who are just not on that. It's
I mean, you got to get them off that shit, man. Like, you got to have them, calling themselves FBA and waiting on reparations and shit, man.
no. Tomorrow, wait on reparations and MOT and not voting.
Yeah. Not
Not
voting and waiting on reparations, both at the same time.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Like word of O, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me?
Yo, Wacky World, what's up, brother?
Yeah.
Yo, what's good? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you beautiful.
Oh, okay, because I'm on the phone, I can't hear it. Okay, I just came to wish this old bastard MOT a happy born day. I'm messing with you. I'm messing
Thanks,
with
man.
you. All right.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I am an official old nigga, man. Official old nigga,
Oh,
man. I got to get my Metamucil up. I got to get my Central complete. I got to get my motherfucking. I got to get fiber
Get-
pills.
hey, listen. I'm up there too because I'm in my 40s now. I just turned 40 a couple months ago. So, yeah.
Man, y'all some young cats, man. I'm in my 60s now.
Oh, goddamn. Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yep.
well, listen. That's a blessing. Okay, that's a blessing. The longer you live,
Oh, no doubt,
the more you're blessed.
Yeah.
All right. So I MOT once again because I'm about to be out. I'm in this lunch break because I'm making this money. Unlike these Maniskin niggas, man. Anyway, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man. You need to put that shit down and start complaining about bitches. Wacky word of O.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And Wacky World.
Yeah. What's
Yo,
up?
man.
What's up?
And try to bring them to the table, man. Try to bring them to the table.
Yeah. Listen, that's my ultimate goal. Right now I'm building a table right now. So I can bring them on here. So I can beg and plead. The first person that's going to be in that table is going to be Cynthia G. That's going to be Brittany Renner. It's going to be all the.
Oh,
It's going to be all the only
Queen
fam.
Maker. Oh
Yeah. Queen Maker. It's going to be all the only fam models so I could do some SBE begging with. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, MOT Nagone. Everybody else on the panel.
Family.
Bless y'all.
All
right.
All right.
Y'all be blessed. Have a good night.
Man, you too, my brother.
All right. Say that again.
It's coming through, man. Make that money.
All right. No problem. You welcome. No problem. Always. All right. Peace.
Bring them to the table, baby.
Yeah, MOT, you wrong for that.
Damn, that's
Bring them to the
nasty.
table.
Nasty work.
Nasty work.
Oh,
These
that's
girls hungry,
diabolical
man.
work. That's diabolical work right there, though.
These women are hungry, man.
Oh my god. Oh Lord. Yeah, man. Wacky World, you got to give him credit, man. That brother been around. He been around.
He's been around for a while.
He
And
been
it's
around.
And bro, all these people trying to redo the Manosphere under a dumber and dumber nigga banner, it just don't make any sense, dude. Like,
Crazy.
I don't get how people try to invest into these dumb motherfuckers, man. It don't. It pop the helmet rather than pop the balloon.
Unbelievable. Unreal.
Man, I'm just trying to fucking man. Man, I'm gonna have to give up this driving shit, man. I'm gonna have to be a regular human being, man, in one city. I'm dreading that shit, man. Pop the tart. Oh man. Hey man, y'all got anything else before I get up out of here?
No, man. Hey, listen, thanks for inviting me up once again, MOT. Uh, good one as always. And RM, I'll hit you up later. All right.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming through, RM, as well.
Yeah. Happy birthday, and I'll catch up with you later.
All right, cool. Thanks. Hey man, and I want to thank everybody for coming through. I'm in Miami, walking up. I don't know why this dude is riding a motorcycle on the fucking beach. Crazy, but I guess it's some Miami shit that they do. So I want to thank you guys for coming through. For the man tomorrow, you guys have a really nice rest of your day. Slave auction shows. Yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what them shows is, man. Relationship slave auction shows. Yeah, man, you going to work already? Yeah, it's night. Well, actually, it ain't night. It's 10 o'clock over there. No, 9 o'clock. Fucking Vegas. Y'all Pacific time, right? Should be. Well, with that said, I want to thank you guys for coming through. You guys have a really nice rest of y'all night. Peace.